Sorry guys, the video ended. I don't know what happened, but you're gonna have to watch the second video because not my fault. Wait. They're playing basketball. All of them. Alright. And I'm not really doing anything right now. There's a broom right here. There's get your broom on. Put your broom on. Okay. What about your hat? Alright, I was doing a picture.
Good picture, look.
That looks amazing. Okay, ready? I'm kicking the ball. Oh no! Go out there. That's all. I just wanted to show you.
Guys, starting. Get out here.
Oh, I'm a magician.
The magic person's here.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright.
Dante, stand on the white towel.
No, I'll sit right here.
Come here, Buggy. Come here, under the
Where's Addie?
Bye, guys.
Just do them in your pants. I'll bring it up later.
Come still watch the magician.
Will you, clean like that? Then go in there. Sit.
Nick.
Not playing with us.
Alright. Is it okay if you're
I want that.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
ready in about 20 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm ready to go. Well, good afternoon. My name is David Kilpatrick. I am a magician. But before I get started, I want to get a couple things clear. First of all, I am a magician. Can you say magician?
Magician.
I'm not a musician. Can you say musician?
Musician.
See, some of you mix those two words together. You said musician, which is a little bit of magician and musician. But here's how you keep it straight. A musician makes music. I'm not one of those, right? But a magician is someone who makes things disappear. See? So the difference between a musician who makes music and a magician is that we take things and make them disappear. Now, there's another thing you need to learn before we start, and that is magic is illusion. Can you say that? Illusion means that what you see with your eyes, you know in your mind it isn't really happening. It's just a trick. Well, anyway, what shape would you say this is?
A circle.
Yes, but that's an illusion. It looks like a circle. If you look at it more closely, it's a square. See? Yeah. So, of course, during a magic show, during a magic show, some of what you see happening is really happening, and some of it's illusion. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. And so here I'm going to try to help you tell the difference. Some of you go, oh, I know, it's just a trick, and you do it with mirrors. So I'm going to do this trick with mirrors. See, this is a solid mirror. Can you tap on that? Okay, you want to tap on that? Can you see the hole in the back? Can you see yourself in the little mirror there? Yeah, there's a hole there. You'll see why that's important. Okay, now during the show, some of what's you see happening is really happening. Some of it's illusion, and here's how you can tell. We know that we could take something hard and stick it through something soft. Like I could put a needle or a knife through that, right? But now you'll know that it has to be an illusion because we know that we cannot take something that is soft and put it through something hard. I mean, if you didn't know any better, it would look like that soft handkerchief is going right through that hard mirror, doesn't it?
What?
Yeah, but it can't be happening, right? Because that would be... So, we know that it has to be an illusion. Can you tap on that? So, of course, it's done with mirrors, right? Okay. With that said, I gotta ask, we have who's the birthday child? Dante? You want Dante to come up and help? Would like to come up, sir? Okay, which one's Dante?
No.
Right here.
Dante?
Right here.
Are you trying to get me all goofed up? Oh, okay, Dante. All right, Dante. Let's give Dante a round of applause for coming up to help out. Now, Dante, did you plan on being a magician when you grew up? Maybe that's not good enough. Sit down. Who else wants to help? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Dante. I'm going to give you a chance to magish anyway.
Shay, can you get pictures over
Okay.
there? 'Cause
I happen to have here 5 different colored handkerchiefs. We're going to hold them up one at a time, and every time we hold one up, all the kids are going to call out the colors, which are
Blue.
followed by
Green.
next one is
Yellow.
oh, yellow. That's right. And the fourth one is
Orange.
and the last one is
Red.
blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Now these aren't in just any old order. These are in a very special order. They're in the same order as a rainbow. Now there's another word we use for this color order. Scientists and Sir Isaac Newton figured this out, you see. This special color order. Anybody know the scientific word that Sir Isaac Newton came up with? Anyone who starts with S? Rhymes with spectrum. Good, spectrum. I knew she did it. Okay, now, Dante, in order to be a magician, all you need are 2 things. Quick hands and a sharp mind. Do you have both of those? Yeah, a little bit of confidence with it. Here, hold on to that for me. Just take that in your hand. And well, maybe he's got a sharp mind anyway. Okay. I happen to have an empty bag. He's going to use that for his trick. I want you to put... Okay, Dante, I want you to put these in one at a time, starting with the red, and we're going to go in the color order. Okay, red. Every time he puts one in, kids, you call out the color.
Red.
Good. Next color in that special order is
Orange.
followed by
Yellow.
Great. So that means we have so far in the bag from top to bottom yellow, orange, red. Let's all say that.
Yellow, orange, red.
Great. Okay. Next color is
Green.
and the last is
Blue.
on top. That means we have in the bag from top to bottom blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Let's all say that. Blue, green,
yellow, orange, red.
Okay. Great. Now, Dante, here you go. I want you to hold out your here. Yeah. No, hold out your left hand. Your left hand.
This one?
What do you mean this one? Alright, you know what, Dante? I know in front of a group of people it's easy to get confused your left and your right. I'm going to give you a hint so you won't ever confuse your left from your right hand, okay?
Yeah.
Here's your hint. Your left hand is attached to the left side of your body. That's your hint. Well, what's so funny about that? Here, can you raise your left hand? See, it's on the right side of her body. All right, anyway, Dante, for you, it's on the left. And so you're going to take your left hand, yep, and I want you to hold out your fingers just like this, put it right through the loops and grab it nice and tight. There we go, nice and tight. Not my thumb, Dante. Now, if Dante is going to do a magic trick, I think he should look like a magician, don't you?
Yeah.
We will start him off with the traditional magician's top hat. Here, face the audience, please. There we go. All right, now the next thing, of course, is going to be the magician's magic. The magician's magic wand. Dante, I want you to wave this over the bag 3 times, okay? Now, when he gets to the 3rd time, kids. Dante, you've done nothing but horse around since you've been up here. All right, you're in luck because I do happen to have another one, and this one's made out of metal, so it can't break, okay? All right, kids, keep your eye on the bag because when Dante waves this one's made out of metal. You need to be a little more careful with the props, young man. Okay, I have one last magic wand for you to use, and I want you to be careful with it, okay? Are you going to be careful with this one? Okay. Are you sure you're going to be careful? Yeah? Okay. Can you promise you're going to be careful? You promise?
Yeah, that's super duper promise.
Super duper promise. Okay. Think you'll be careful, gang? Okay, if you think you will, I think you will. Hold the bag out as far as you can. And wave this over the bag 3 times. Now keep in mind, we've got... What is your problem? Something seems to go wrong. Whoa! I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I thought it was you. It must be the magic wands. Well, we had such a hard time with the wands. I hope the trick even worked. All right, before we have Dante, he put the handkerchiefs in. He's going to take them out. I don't even touch the handkerchiefs. But we're going to review what the order was. I'll say it first, and you say it after me. Ready? Blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Everybody, nice and loud.
Blue, green, yellow, orange, red.
Okay, good. Now, Dante, grab the blue one, but don't pull it. Just grab it. Should be on top, but don't pull it. Let's all call out those colors. Hold it tight. Let's all call those colors one last time. Everybody.
Blue,
green, yellow, orange, red. He turned it into a rainbow. The bag is empty. He did it. Let's give Dante a round of applause. Yeah, huh? Very good. Thank you.
Get out my seat, boy.
Well,
How'd you do that, Dante?
yeah,
How'd you do that?
we're here. Don't tell them, Dante. It'll ruin their surprise. Yeah.
I was holding it.
So, we're here to celebrate Dante's birthday, and it reminds me of the best birthday present I ever get. You want to see it? Yeah? Wouldn't you kids, let's see, where is it? Wouldn't you kids love to have one of these?
Yes. That's
Well,
rude.
you probably
Yes.
didn't know what it was.
Yes.
I got this for my birthday a long time ago. A friend of mine knew I was a magician, and he thought I'd like this. And it's got a white pom-pom connected to a red
I think
pom-pom, a
that's
long
for a
string
cat.
over here. And then it's got a blue pom-pom connected to a yellow pom-pom and a short little string. Now, you probably would wonder why I would bring such a silly thing to a magic show. Even though it's not a magic trick, it is kind of magical. Because when I was playing with this on my birthday, a long time ago, I realized that not only is the white pom-pom connected to the red pom-pom, but the red pom-pom was also connected to the blue pom-pom.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and I thought, wait a minute. How could the white pom-pom be connected to the red pom-pom and a long string over here like this, but at the same time connected to the blue pom-pom? Didn't make a lot of sense.
No.
Well, then I started thinking, wait a minute. If the white pom-pom is connected to the red pom-pom over here, and on a long string, and even though that red pom-pom was connected to the blue pom-pom, I wondered if the blue pom-pom was connected to the yellow pom-pom the same way the red's connected to the white, and I found out it was. That's when I got really confused, because I couldn't figure out how the red pom-pom could be connected to the white pom-pom at the same time connected to the blue pom-pom was connected to the yellow pom-pom.
My brain is weirdly
You
foggy.
know, after playing with this for a while on my birthday, I realized there were a couple of things I hadn't tried. I thought if the red pom-pom's connected to the white pom-pom, at the same time connected to the blue pom-pom, it's connected to the yellow pom-pom. I wondered if this blue pom-pom down here was connected to the white one way up over here. I gave it a try and found out it was. Not only that, but the red one down here is connected to the yellow one way up over here.
What?
And I realized that every single pom-pom was connected to every other pom-pom, and I didn't know how or why.
I don't get it.
You know, the only problem I have when I do this trick is I never know when I'm done. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to tell the beginning from the end. But I'll tell you what. Some of you kids have really good eyes. You can see this. Maybe some of the grown-ups can't. But do you see there's a line right in the middle of that bar?
Yeah.
That wasn't there when I got it for my birthday. I put it there by my curiosity. I wanted to figure out how it worked. I went down to my basement, took out a saw, cut it open, only to find there's absolutely nothing inside whatsoever.
Wait, what? Wait, so can
Oh, it's one of those.
Okay. Now, let me see. Is there someone here that would like to help who is 6 years old? Anybody who's 6 years old would like to help? You're 6? You'd like to help? Okay, come on up here if you can stand right there.
Hi, Karen.
And what's your name? Carter. Okay, just pull that just to see if it works.
So funny.
Oh my goodness, Carter. You're a magician too. All right, Carter, but that's not the trick. We're already done with that trick. I have a different trick for you. If you could stand actually right over here, that would work better. So Carter, you're 6, is that right? Okay. How old are you going to be next year? 7. Okay. How about the year after that? 9. You're going right to 9 and from skipping 8 altogether. Okay. That's fine. Why waste time? So anyway, Carter, I have a question for you to see whether or not you can even help with this next trick. If I gave you a series of sketches or outlines, could you chromatically illustrate them with wax writing utensils? You could. Oh, he must know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about coloring with crayons, right? Yeah. See, here's that series of sketches or outlines. We call it a coloring book. And so inside the coloring book, we have pictures. It's a magic coloring book. There's a magician and carnival barkers and kids and a rabbit in a hat. Okay. So, but this is a magical coloring book. It's a magical coloring book because you don't even have to open it up to color it. I'll show you what I mean. I want you to put one hand here, face toward the audience. Smile. This is showbiz. There you go. All right. To do magical coloring, we need magical crayons. Now, I have an ordinary box of crayons. And what you're going to do is you're going to breathe on these and turn them into magic crayons, okay? Just blow them. Wait. Do you have a cold or anything like that? No. Because if you blow on these real hard, you could send cold germs all over the place, and they're going to start sneezing tomorrow and blame us. So I have a test for you. Yes, it's a very simple test to see whether or not it's okay for you to do this. It's very simple. What I want you to do is just give a very slight blow on that. Very slight, okay? That will tell us whether or not it's a good idea to let him... Oh my goodness. I don't know. Should we give him a try anyway? Yeah. You know, maybe he just didn't brush his teeth. All right. You can all see those crayons? And what was your name again? Carter. You have a good memory, Carter. Okay. So, Carter, what I want you to do is take a deep breath and blow on it as hard as you can. Good. Now we turn them into magic. Carter. When I said make them magic, I didn't say make them disappear. How are you gonna color without crayons? Yeah, I bet your parents hear that a lot, right? You didn't do that. Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay, now, oh, you're in luck. I do happen to have another box. All right, just don't breathe on these. This is my last box. Okay. All right, Carter, hold out one hand, please. Ooh, how about a clean one? You're right, that's the clean one. All right. So, Carter, what I want you to do is I want you to take the crayons, I want you to rub it across the front of the book. Now, believe it or not, go ahead, rub the crayons. Carter is coloring in all those pictures. Now, Carter, do you try to stay inside the lines? You do. Okay, let's take a look. Let me see if he was able to color in the pictures, and let's see if he stayed inside the lines. Let's take a look. Look at, he did. He did all of them. Let's give him a round of applause, huh? Nice job. Now, Carter, I gotta tell you, this happens to be one of the favorite birthday party magic tricks. And what I'd like you to do is I want you to, I want to be able to use this again for some other kids. So you gotta make it all disappear. You know how you made all the colors and everything? I want you to make it all disappear. Okay, here's how you do it. I want you to wave your hand over the book and say, poof. Did you make it all disappear? You don't know. We'll try again. Say poof until you do. Did you make it all disappear? Yes, okay. He said he made it all disappear, so I should be able to show this to some other kids on another show. Wait, Carter. Oh no, you did two poofs, remember? Oh, Carter. You're gonna have to put those lines back on. So this is what you're gonna do. I want you to wave your hand one more time, and you gotta undo what you just did. So you have to say foop, which is poof backwards. Okay? Wave your hand and go foop. Ready? Okay, that was a good foop. All right, let's see if it worked. Let's see if he was able to put the lines back on, so I can show other kids this trick. Hey, he did. Let's give him a round of applause. Nice job, Carter. Thank you. You can have a seat.
You look so confused.
All right.
Give your sister a drink right now.
I need another helper who's maybe 7 or 8 or 9.
Addie, come back out here. I got your drink.
I'm 9.
Any girls up here yet?
Please.
There you go. 11, that's fine. That's fine. If you stand right there.
He said.
What about you?
If you stand right there in front of the table.
She's
I gotta
11.
get hold on a minute. Don't put your hand on it because you know what? One of the hinges over there is broken and it will fall off. Sorry. And where is it? Okay. Now I have to have here 2 things I want you to look at. One of these is a shoelace. You don't have to look at my shoes. They're not from these shoes. Okay. What's your name, by the way? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Lift them out. All right. Savannah. Okay. Let's clap for Savannah for coming up to help out.
Yay, Savannah, yes.
All right, once you get
Around
the
the
center of
car.
this, that's where all the action's going to be. In fact, once you grab it and gotta give it a good tug, make sure there's no trap doors, mirrors, Velcro, anything like that, right? Got it solid? All right, the next thing I want you to do is to examine this ring. And you'll see there's a weld here, but it's welded, so you can't get it out. Just make sure that there's no way that you can pull that apart. It doesn't come apart anyway. Go ahead, look at it. Give it a good pull. All right. Yeah. I'd like to find the middle here. Just like that. Okay, now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a magic trick, and during a magic trick, the goal is to fool the audience, right? So I hopefully they will do that. But I'm going to teach you how a trick works. And then, after teaching you the trick, I'm going to do it a second time and see if it's as much fun. Even though how it works. And I'll tell you why. Here's the secret. We magicians love to be fooled by magic. And even if we know the trick, we enjoy watching magic. Even if we know how they do it, we still enjoy it. So we'll see if that'll work for you too. All right, so Savannah, right? Savannah, here's the thing. There's only 2 ways I could get this to link on here. One would be to put it over this end of the shoelace, and the other would be to put it over this end, right? But I'm going to see if you can do it by magic. I want you to hold this ring just about 4 or 5 inches above. Let go. Let it drop down and see if it'll magically link right on there, okay? All right, you ready? Go ahead. Oh my goodness, she did it.
What?
Look at that. She linked it right on there. Let's give her a round of applause, huh? All right. Come back here. Come back here. We're not done yet. Now I'm going to teach him how this works. This shows you how simple magic really is. I'm going to teach you how this works, okay? You see this ring that I just pulled off of here? This is not the ring I had you examine earlier. That ring is right here in my pocket. If you were to play this back, and I know some of you have it on video, if you were to play it back, there's 2 things you need to notice. The first thing is that during this trick, you never saw the front of my hand. You only saw the back of my hand. Why? Because at the beginning of the trick, this is what I had set up. See that? And the other thing you'll notice, if you play it back, is when she went to drop it, my hand was right here. So what happened is she dropped it. I caught it. I moved an upward motion like this, so you didn't notice it. Went in my pocket. Some of you didn't even notice me put it in the second time, right? Yeah. See? So that's how easy magic really is. All right. Now that you know the trick, can you be like magicians and still enjoy watching magic, even though you know it works? Let's see. All right. We're gonna do it one more time, but this time I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. I'm gonna keep my hand facing toward the audience this time. Number one. Number two, I'm not going to put my hand down below. And let's see if she can still do it anyway. Let's see if we can still create the same illusion. Ready? Go ahead. She still did it. Oh my goodness. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you. All right. Who would like to take a test? Okay, it's a Saturday and you want to take a test, you must be great students. All right.
I'm good at it.
Are you? All right.
I'm good at basketball.
Take a test, Chris.
All right. I happen to have here. There's two different ways we remember things. One is what we call our long-term memory. Those are things we learned a long time ago and we never forget, like our name, right? But then there's something we call short-term memory. Those are things we learned a short time ago, and they go in one ear and out the other we forget. Like sometimes when we meet somebody new, and we forget their name. Like I forgot your name, didn't I, right? I had to ask you again. You guys remember my name? I said it at the beginning.
No.
See, that's your short-term memory. You forgot my name is David Kilpatrick. So I'm going to test your long-term memory and your short-term memory right here. Okay, first of all, what color is, excuse me. What color is this right here?
Yellow.
What color is this right here? What color is this right here?
Green.
Okay, that's a test of your long-term memory. You learned those colors when you were very little, and you always remember them. Now I'm going to test your short-term memory, okay? Why do I mean that? Because I did not ask you to notice what 3 colors you saw, and there's lots of colors. And they were in a certain order. One was on the top, one was in the middle, one was on the bottom. That's your short-term memory. So you are now 3 out of 3 on the memory test, but those are the easy parts. Let's do the hard parts. What was the color that was the farthest down on the bottom?
Red. Green. Red.
Some of you say green, some of you say red. Well, if you said green, you are now 4 out of 4 on the memory test, okay? All right. What was the color that was in the middle?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Green.
If you think it was yellow, you are now 5 out of 5 on the memory test. Okay, and then what was the color, the last color?
Red.
Red?
Green.
Orange?
Red.
Red?
Red.
Well, if you think it's red, according to this, it says you're wrong. It says right there, wrong. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's hiding in the paper, but there's nothing in the paper.
Where'd it go?
Yeah. It's not behind. Look, here, watch. I'll show you the other side. It's not behind. Yeah.
Behind on the other side of the car.
You want to see the other side of the card?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, you think the red is here?
Yeah.
This says you're wrong again. Well, you know what? You were still 5 out of 6 on the memory test. That's pretty good. You ought to give yourselves a round of applause. 5 out of 6. Yeah. All right. Now the next thing I would like to do, I could even have one of the grown-ups help me with this.
Please sit down, Addie.
All right. What are you grown-ups? I've not met any of you, right? I've not met any of you, and I didn't make an arrangement ahead of time for them to, right? I'm gonna try to do something. So yeah. What? Okay. No, that's simple. You don't even have to get up. You can just stay right where you are. You can just stay where you are. Let's just pretend a little bit. Let's say I have, these are cards, like playing cards. Let's pretend I have 4 playing cards and they're 4 queens. All right? Now, let's also pretend that I take 2 of the queens out. Now, you know that we have 4 different suits, and some are red and some are black. And you're just pretending here, do I have red in my hand or do I have black? Red, black? Okay, so we'll get rid of the black, and that's what's left here, the red. Now, the other choice is a diamond or a heart. Which one of those do you want to pick?
A diamond.
So you picked a heart. Now, we didn't make an arrangement ahead of time, and it was really a 1 in 4 free chance, right? You know, here's what's interesting. Before the show, I somehow knew you would pick the hearts, the Queen of Hearts. And I'll show you. I'll show you that to prove to you, I only have one of these tipped in the other direction.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Now, in case you think that after I heard her say heart that I made like somehow a twist or a turn, I'm going to show you that this happened to be the only one with a different color back.
What?
Yeah.
No. What?
Not only that, I was so sure that she would pick the Queen of Hearts, I didn't even bother bringing any of the other three queens.
Oh my god.
There you go. Thank you.
You gotta show me this stuff.
Okay. Now, I've been doing magic shows for a long time. A lot of people. I'm going to tell you about the first magic trick I ever remember. A lot of people say, was your dad a magician? Did he get you into it? No, he wasn't. But there was a guy at work that he worked with that used to do tricks. And my dad sometimes would show us coin tricks and card tricks. So this is one of the first tricks I ever remember. My older brother was a Cub Scout, and he was learning to tie knots. And he was going to teach me and my little brother how to tie knots. So we asked my dad for some rope. My dad went out into the garage, and he got a short little piece of rope. And then he got a medium-sized piece of rope. And then he got a long piece of rope. And we said, Dad, we don't want 3 pieces of rope that are different sizes because we're all going to fight over the long one. Well, my dad said, I'll do a magic trick for you. And we're like, what's a magic trick? When I was a kid, we didn't have magicians at birthdays. We do that today, but we didn't then. In fact, they didn't have magicians at malls. You ever been to the mall and seen a magician do a demonstration? You know why I never saw a magician at the mall when I was a kid? Because when I was a kid, there weren't no malls yet. Anyway, but sure enough, my dad took those 3 pieces of rope, and he gave my older brother that medium-sized piece of rope. I took the one and put it next to my brother's. It was the same size as his, and my little brother had one the same size as mine. So sure enough,
I'm trying to
we
scare
did
it
not
more.
have to fight over our ropes because all 3 of our ropes were the exact same size.
Exactly.
Well, you know what? I learned a very important lesson about magic.
There's a spider.
I was like 5 years old at the time. I learned that magic was just illusion. So when my brothers and I went to play with our ropes, you know what we found out? All we really had was just a short little piece of rope. And a medium-sized piece of rope. And a long piece of rope.
No,
Easy, Jordan.
Ta-da!
Yes, it is.
All right. Yep.
I just said that to him.
This is a short little trick. I hope it works. This is a short little trick. I hope it works. I need a helper who doesn't even have to get out of his or her seat.
Wait,
But don't raise your hand yet. You have
was
to
that-
listen first.
wasn't
All
that
right, here's
rainbow?
what I'm going to do. My hands are empty. I'm going to pull my sleeves back, and I just have one red handkerchief. If you go into there aren't many magic shops around anymore. Everything is online, right? But if you go into a magic shop somewhere in the country, one of the favorite tricks is called the color-changing handkerchief trick. And what happens is you take the handkerchief and you put it in your hand, and when you pull it out the other side, it might be, say, green. It starts out red, it turns green. But here's the problem. That's all you can do. Then you could put the green one in your hand. You go like this, and it comes back out red again. So you go red, green, back and forth. Well, I came up with a trick. I'm still working on it, and I hope we can get it to work today. That I can turn it into whatever color you pick. But don't tell me yet, right? All right, here's what we're going to do. Don't say red, because it is red. Don't be a wise guy. Anyway, right. Now, and then the other thing is make sure it's just one of the basic Crayola 16, okay? Don't say like chartreuse or something like that. And so anyway, if you want to be the person, here's what always happens when I do this. Let's say if I pick him in the back, everybody turns and looks at him. Don't do that because then I might pull a switch. Who knows? For all you know, I have a green one in this pocket, a yellow one in this pocket, a blue one here, and I might reach for it. So don't take your eyes off my hands at any point. Okay. Even when if I point to somebody in the back. So if you want to be the person to call out the color, just raise your hand right now. Okay. Now don't look at this person. Don't look at this person. But how about you? Can you see? You're looking at me. Keep your eye on my hand. This only works once, so it better be a good color. If you don't get it right, it won't work. Okay. All right. So what's the color?
green.
Green. Remember I was talking about red and green and red and green and make it more creative? I hate to say it, you ruined my trick. You know why? Because of all the colors in the box of Crayola 16, the only one I never learned to do was green. Look.
What?
Well, thanks anyway. All right. Okay. Let's see. Next. Oh, I need two helpers who are at least, you got to be 10 or older for this.
And
I'm 10.
she wants to help.
Oh, no.
No?
Keep dragging me into it.
You did turn 10? Okay. Okay, if you could stand right there, then I need another helper.
I'll be
Yeah,
one.
okay. No, she already helped. She already helped. Okay. How about you? How old are you?
Me and you.
You're 9. All right. If you want to help with this, okay, come on up here.
I'm not.
you can take one slight step that way without stepping in his toes, because there's gonna have to be 3 of us up there. And you stand right there, okay? And what's
He's
your name?
taller.
Lucas, and what's your name?
Jordan.
Okay, you just step. Yeah, leave a little room here. Let's just like we clap for the other people, let's all clap for Lucas and Jordan.
Yay!
Right, that's what I said, for Lucas and Jordan, right? No. Did I get?
Not Jordan. He's Lucas.
Oh, did I get your names wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. What's your name?
Jordan.
Oh, you're both named Jordan. That'll make it easier. Then what's your name? Why'd you say your name was Jordan? Oh, I know. You guys are trying to get me all mixed up here, right? Yeah, I know. I've done this before. You know.
No.
All right, look. I'll tell you what. I'm going to straighten this out for the rest of the trip.
Okay.
Okay? All right, you can be Jordan for the rest of the trip. Okay, Lucas? All right, you can be Lucas for the rest of the trip. Okay, Jordan? Good. Now that we got that all squared away. When people think of magic, they think of card tricks, right? So I thought I'd do a card trick. We'll have Lucas. I want you to put your finger on top of one card, okay? That one right there, not that one. No, I'm just kidding. That's fine. Put your finger on it. I want you to grab it with your hand and give it a good pull. All right, let's hear it for Lucas.
How do you do that?
Just kidding. You know, when I do shows,
I think Luke.
yeah. Actually, if you're done back there, if you can come on out there, because it's a little cramped here.
Hey,
Step
Zach.
aside.